r/ask Reddit, what things are frowned upon for no obvious reason. Taking all of your earned PTO. As if by scheduling 10 days off in a year you are somehow taking advantage of the company. Right? Or using every bit of sick time. I hoard my sick time for when I really need it so much, so that I usually have most of it left in December, and then I'm scrambling to use it before losing it. Even when I really need it, I've been conditioned to feel like I don't actually need it enough right now. Maddening. Certain jobs. If you tell someone you've been a janitor for 6 years, there's a good chance their response will be a frown. I'm a janitor and people just sort me in the lower class of person category. I work alone, listen to music, podcasts, and books all night, and make over $30 an hour. Not only that, but so long as I complete my work before a business opens the next day, I can come and go as I please. Between myself and the two owners of the business, we have a combined 7 college degrees. We aren't just dumbasses who can't hold a real job, but people will continue to treat us that way. Getting help for anything. That's why I suffer in silence. Not having an opinion on a subject. This is a good one. As a software engineer, I'm meant to get involved in all sorts of BS arguments about code style, editors, everything. But I just don't care. It's like people don't take you seriously as an engineer unless you have a passionate opinion on whether a tab size of 2 is better or worse than 4. Ugh, that is such a tab size 4 thing to say. I knew it. People who choose to sleep late. My mum thinks it's some kind of reflection of bad moral character if my younger brother who does a physical job lies in on his days off. Also, a lot of people have naturally later biological clocks, but get vilified for not getting up earlier. It's much harder to change your natural sleep cycle than all these self-righteous early birds think. Getting the cheapest bottle of wine on the menu. I'd like your finest bottle of wine, please. That'll be $1,600. Great. I'd like your $8est bottle of wine, please. Confidently being quiet/silent. My ex-husband's family said I was stuck up because I would just listen and take in the conversation around me. If I didn't have anything to contribute, I would just listen. But they took it as me being a snob. Going out alone. Anywhere. Park, cinema, restaurants, concerts. All my friends and relatives think I'm weird, but I just want to have some good time with nobody I know around. Edit. Oh wow, the amount of notifications I'm getting. Lol. PS. Thanks for the awards. I'm the same way, but I feel like honestly it might be all in my head, and in reality nobody gives a shit that I'm at the movies by myself. Not being a part of hustle culture. If you want to work restless towards something, that's great, but don't hate on somebody because they don't. For me, I value sleep and want to have time to myself where I don't have to think about working and just enjoy doing nothing. There's no problem needing time to rest and literally not work yourself to death. People think you're crazy if you're not trying to become rich. I'm just trying to live. As a dude, ordering a sweet and fruity alcoholic drink. Sorry, I don't like to drink isopropyl. Give me my Bahama Mama and shut up. It only makes sense when you go out to I have whiskey at home. What I don't have is 10 types of specialty liquors, and also, I just want one. Why buy a million things to never use them again? Talking about your salary. Frowned upon, and people think you aren't supposed to do it, but that's just the man trying to keep your pay as low as possible. It's frowned in for 2 reasons. Corporations convinced us as that, so they don't have to compete as much on salaries. People work hard to spend and show off how much money they have. Putting a number to how much money you make kinda ruins the show. Buying the fancy boat to outdo your neighbor isn't as much of a flex when your neighbor already knows he makes more than you and could afford it easier than you if he wanted. Playing video games, not obsessively, as an adult. As a kid, don't play video games. They make you violent / they are a waste of time / you have time for those when you are older. As an adult, don't play video games. That's for children / a waste of time / not productive. Fuck it, video games are fun. As an adult, I'm finally somewhat in a position to afford a VR headset soon and to build a proper PC to play on, and with the awesome games I can buy myself, you bet your ass I'll be playing. Not wanting to be social. Declining invitations. If you don't want to hang out, just say so. You don't need to force yourself. Okay, I don't want to hang out today. I just want to chill in bed. But why don't you want to hang out? Wearing your pajamas all day when you aren't going anywhere. Like bruh, do you want me to step into a suit and tie for literally nobody? If I'm gonna be in my house sleeping all day, then I'm gonna look like it. This is why I hate people dropping by unexpectedly. I don't get dressed if I know I'm not doing anything that day, because why should I? That's just more laundry I don't want to do and waste of a cute outfit. Then people want to be all, oh dear, it's 2 PM and you're not wearing a bra. No, I'm not. It's my house and you weren't invited, lol. Criticism of your elders and the sick or the dead. It's amazing how everyone can totally acknowledge what an absolute shitbag someone is while they're alive, but the second they're dead, everyone acts like they're a saint. Same with sick people. Like yeah, it really sucks that Uncle Joe has cancer, but suddenly everyone forgets that he was an abusive monster. Like I'm not wishing cancer onto anyone, but just because they have it doesn't mean I'm gonna just forgive any awful thing they've done. Old, sick, dead, we're all responsible for what we've done, and if you were a shitty person in life, you should leave behind a legacy of being a shitty person. Not wearing a bra. When I was 19, I went over to my aunt's house with my grandma for a visit. My aunt had just started seeing this new guy who was present when we arrived. While we were in the middle of a conversation, my aunt loudly said, "You're not wearing a bra. I can see your nipples." And I was like, why the fuck would you say that when a man I don't even know is sitting 5 feet away from me? I don't understand why she even cared that much to point it out. Being a recovered addict. There's so much stigma towards the disease of addiction and people see you as a monster when in reality you're just trying to be a better person dealing with a mental illness that overpowers you if you don't learn how to control it. I'm not an addict, but decided to stop drinking for a while. It's been 6 months and most people act like I must have been a raging alcoholic behind closed doors or something. Sitting down if you work retail. Why? It's not unprofessional. There is literally no reason someone should be forced to be on their feet for 8 to 12 hours straight. The customers don't give a shit as long as you help when they need you. It's not rude. I would rather a worker be comfortable at their job. When I worked retail, my feet would hurt so bad at the end of the day that it felt like stepping on glass. I developed back pain and lord, if I was on my period, you expect me to bleed heavily and keep my balance when I already have low blood pressure? What happened? I actually passed out into a clothing rack and was told to suck it up and that if I sat down I'd be fired. It's ridiculous and cruel. Choosing to not have children. The amount of times I've been told I'm selfish for not wanting children is astronomical. Also, oh, you'll change your mind. I'm 34. I'm not changing my mind. Same. I'm 28 and my boyfriend is 29. We have literally zero interest in having kids and somehow our families are just mind blown by this. I've been called selfish many a times. Not wanting to get married. Being fine just living with your so. An old boss couldn't believe I wasn't married to my so after being together for 8 years. I even told her we both didn't want to get married, and she insisted I was dumb and my girlfriend was just saying that. A year later my girlfriend admitted to having a different boyfriend the last few months. Glad we weren't married. Adult men interacting with young girls in completely harmless ways. I was out getting breakfast once, and this little girl was with her mom, and who I assume was her grandmother. She kept ducking behind the booth kind of playing peekaboo and I started playing along. She found it hysterical and really got into it. She was laughing like crazy. It was really cute. Then the mom made her stop and stared daggers to me like I was the most vile human on earth. This was when I was about 19. It took years before I figured out what was going through her mind. I'm still astounded by it. Elbows on the table. Why the fuck not? They're comfy. I believe I read that this may have originated as don't barricade around your plate with your forearms, which obviously looks like shoot, maybe is trying to stop your fellow diners from stealing it, not polite to judge them as meal thieves. Over the years it turned to the meaningless elbow warning. My daughter wearing just her diaper when it's summer. I took her out in a shirt and diaper the other day. My god, the amount of old ladies who came up to me to check on her. Plot twist, the daughter is 19. I can't believe you made it to the end of the video, you gorgeous meat sack. As a token of appreciation, you can like the video and subscribe for free. I'll see you again next video.